You didn't warn us.
I
that we were
did.
going
I said, okay, ready?
Did you? Did you hear us say ready?
Maybe you said it in your head.
I said,
I don't know.
I just said it quietly. My ear is plugged, so I can't really hear.
We can't hear you either.
I don't know what
Apparently.
volume I'm speaking at.
Apparently, it's in your head volume.
Yeah, maybe.
Good morning. I'm Patty.
I feel like we've been running around all morning. I'm Laurie.
I'm Britain.
We have
We're
been
like
running
sweaty
around.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so hot
the
here.
warehouse is hot.
Yeah. It's probably everywhere though, right?
I know my
trying to
watch
get-
already has like 40 minutes of exercise this morning.
The heat helps, you know.
We've been redecorating our office, so now it's like, local news is coming tomorrow to do a little segment thing here. I'm like, quick, get everything put
all right.
together.
Yeah,
All
what
right.
are they doing?
I'm not sure. I think it's just like a spotlight on local businesses, so they were contacting local businesses.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He wanted to do it like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, we just can't do it then.
Yeah. The office was a little crazy.
Yeah, but it's looking good.
It is. It's getting there. I'm
Yeah.
sure Logan loves following you around, hanging up pictures.
I know, that's his job. And it's like I don't just hang pictures, I like make collages of pictures.
And takes pictures of them so you know how they're supposed to go back up on the wall.
I lay them all
and
out on the floor.
spaces.
That's
Yeah.
the trick though. If you like to make like collages of pictures, I always lay it out on the floor and get it spaced. And then start in the middle and then work yourself out. Not start at the left.
She did it for my office or did the layout, but we aligned it too far one way. So now there's like a big strip of blank wall.
They started at one side and then they didn't like take the whole wall.
Sometimes she comes in my office and we're talking and she's just staring at
I'm
this blank
staring
space
at
like
it.
I hate it so much. And then I'm like, just move
Can we
it.
just move those two things to the other side and make
And then
it
we'll
work?
have holes, but you know, it's all good. You are good at design though and decor.
Thank you. I like it. I dream about it. So
I do not dream about it. I just
Yeah.
follow your lead.
my dreams were like, I don't know if anybody else dreams this, but I had so many dreams about like this house, and it was always like this huge, really weird house, and I just got to reconfigure it and redecorate it.
Nope.
Once we built our current house, I didn't have those dreams for a while, but I definitely have them.
So it's time to build another house. You need to build another
Well,
house
I'm
every like 8
decorating
years.
the office. We're good.
Yeah. Well, maybe you miss your calling and you're supposed to be in design or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. It would be fun.
Yeah. Hey, we're redesigning our stores.
I met somebody and they were a designer. I'm like, oh, that'd just be fun. But what pressure, too. But I don't think people really care about a style as much as they care about it just looking finished.
Yes.
Because people can pick out their furniture, or their paint, or whatever, but it's the finishing.
Yes.
And I think people could do it if they just did it.
Yes. We've had some really interesting designs done for our stores over the years. Like one was like fantastical, like coffee
I'm
mugs
like, this
hanging
guy
from the
worked
ceiling.
for Disney. This looks like a Disney prop, like fake
Yeah.
coffee store. And he did. He worked for Disney.
Yeah.
Remember, we looked it up?
Yeah. And it was like,
And
well.
then we got 2 more designs, and it's like, I just think we can do it ourselves.
Yeah, that looks hard to dust.
I think we can do it ourselves.
I feel like this is definitely not health department approved, I'm going to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, sir, have you worked in a restaurant?
But it is kind of fun because we're grabbing all the vintagey stuff from upstairs. Like, because we started in I was going to say 76, but Shaw Services was even before that.
69, I
Yeah, our parent company, Shaw Services, which is now merged.
Well, Shaw Coffee's
yeah,
our...
Shaw Coffee, yeah.
Yeah, is our parent. But Shaw Services, which was like a delivery coffee service, that's how it started, which we just folded into Coffee Beanery this year, is even older. It's over 50 years old. But there is some old, cool, vintagey stuff. There's one huge stained glass logo from the 1970s, probably.
It's super cool.
And I want to...
And it's not broken. Like, it's in great condition. Like, I'm
Yeah.
afraid to take it out of its storage
I
because
know.
I'm like, it's in perfect
Well, it's going to go
condition.
in the conference room, so it's been fun grabbing all the old...
Yeah. Well, and just seeing a lot of the awards that Joanne has received over the years is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
watching her journey. I just made a founder's wall, and it's pretty cool to see her journey.
Because she was like the first president.
And Julius, too.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I think we forget that he was so involved in organizations.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And really, the two of them built the company, but especially in that day, if a woman-owned company meant
Right.
a
It
lot.
wasn't,
It was a lot easier to get loans and grants and
but it
stuff.
wasn't necessarily done either, right? That a woman would be in charge because she was the first like female president of the IFA.
At the International Franchise Association, the
Yeah.
first chairperson.
Yeah.
And that was like a group of 40, like a board of directors of like 40.
Wow.
So, and she
Men.
really did pave the way. Yeah, she was the only woman in the room.
Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Paved the way for future. I think quite a few women have been chair people now.
That's amazing.
But how intimidating.
Yeah, especially, you know, back in the 80s.
We were
morning.
weekend. I'm like, we worked at the house all weekend.
What did I do? I don't even know.
I worked in my basement until a bat flew in my face.
And then she came here because we had our sale. We came in yesterday and there was like a million carts of coffee that she pulled and just came in and said, you must have been here for like the entire 8-hour day.
I know it was like 4.5 hours, but I'm like, well, if I can't work at home, I might as well.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like the travel mugs.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, Donna won one of the gift cards from last week as well.
good.
And so then she got her order and she bought something for her niece, which was really
Oh,
sweet.
that's really sweet.
Yeah.
I heard there was a lot of fun goodies in those crates too.
Yeah, yeah. The
I know
crates are
somebody
fun.
was like, oh, they were kind of disappointed. And then they emailed back and said, wait, I found a gift card in the bottom.
Yeah, they're like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So
Like, yeah, we hooked you up. Don't worry.
it was fun.
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh.
we were building all weekend. The pantry.
It
the
looks so
mudroom.
good.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It's so close.
Yeah.
Britain had a formal dining room in her house, which just was a junk collector. Do you know what I mean?
it was kitchen overflow storage.
Yes.
Is what
Yeah.
it became.
Yeah.
And so it's half pantry and half like entryway because you've got a tiny little foyer.
Yeah.
So now it's so nice.
Yeah,
to
That's
let's
super
put a
smart.
wall down the
stuff.
middle, kind of.
Yeah. That's super smart.
Made it functional space.
Because, you know, all these old houses that have formal dining rooms, how many people can honestly say they use them, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we, you know, usually eat with our plates in our laps, quite honestly.
Same.
That's how we like to do things.
Yeah, we
you
have our
know?
island, so we'll
Yeah.
eat there when we have
Yeah.
Thanksgiving or whatever. But then we have to like bring other tables in because
Yeah.
it's not even enough room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have such a large family, so. But yeah,
We're
no.
hoping once this is done, then we can do the kitchen. But then we have a place to kind of prep food while the kitchen's torn apart.
That's super smart,
So,
actually.
stages.
Yeah,
Well,
because
and you can't really expand your kitchen as part of it.
No.
I mean, there was no way to really, unless you flipped it with your living room almost, which you couldn't do anyway.
Well, with all the ductwork and where everything is.
so I
it just-
What a
just getting
nightmare.
that storage. And plus, you guys love to cook. I mean,
Yeah.
Jason's so good at.
I wish Jason was just
everything.
our personal chef here.
Right?
He's such a good
Well,
cook.
between Jason and Adrian.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
both cook really well. I never have to cook. I'm like, this is fantastic.
I don't cook either.
We both get home at the same time now. It used to be I always got home first, and so I'd start dinner, and now we get home at the same time, and so sometimes I'll wait at work like 5 minutes longer. Like if I just wait 5 more minutes, he'll have dinner started.
That's
Yeah.
a strategy. I'll know why Patty's hanging out.
Wonder why she's still at the office at 5:05.
Jason
That's why.
gets home like an hour earlier, so dinner's like ready when I get
That's
home.
the way to do it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is nice.
That's nice.
And he enjoys it, and I do not.
Food is my love language. You feed me, I love you.
I know. We'll take meetings for food.
Yes.
It's
We used to
awful.
have to rate our meetings, and it was like the only time a meeting's getting a 10 is if you bring food. And so Laurie would have people bring food. Sometimes I'm like, it's a 10.
There has to be food.
You can say whatever you want to me at this point. There's food, I'm good. Breakfast crunch wrap, so good. 800 calories,
good.
but so good.
They are good. Taco Bell breakfast is good.
Yeah, I don't know if people eat it as much because there's never like a line there, but I do like it.
It is really good.
They're not open either. Like when you
No.
come through to work, they don't open
Right.
yet.
I want to know how Taco Bell breakfast is like 800 calories though for the crunch wrap because it's like, you know, just a hash brown and some eggs. Like that should be good for you, right? And bacon and cheese and a
Donna,
tortilla.
I'm with you. I can follow instructions and I'm okay, but I don't like it.
Well, you know what we're really long overdue for is
I
another
know.
bake-off.
Oh my
We could
gosh.
for
Where is
November.
my trophy and my sash?
We may have hit it. I don't know where it is.
I think the kids got it.
Oh no, it's over there.
Oh,
There's
is
a
it?
trophy over there.
okay.
Yeah.
November would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be a good one because what that theme is something that's actually not easy to make, and a lot of people fail at it. So I'd be super interested to see how you guys do.
I'm sure I'd be
made
great at it.
them
Okay.
before.
Yes, Laurie, you will be great at it. My mom still wants her cherry pie, by the way.
I have to make your mama
I
cherry pie.
know.
It was fabulous. It's
It
just
was
those
good.
cherries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's those cherries from that grocery store, and they don't have them at our local grocery
Yeah,
store.
it's like a
only
triple
here.
berry or something.
Yeah.
My mom always brings up, she's like, do you remember when Laurie was pitting those cherries that already had no pits in them? And she'll laugh.
It was so good. I love that video.
The
Yeah.
horrible part is I wasn't even trying to be funny.
No.
I was being very serious about my cooking.
I think we have a lot next year too that we can add and do some more nailed it or failed it's too. Since we have our next year boxes pretty much nailed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to work that far in advance so we can order the lids
I
for the
love
cake
having the
cups.
lids, though. It's so nice. But we
Yes.
we have to work so far in advance.
Yeah.
So tired.
Okay, totally off topic because
Okay.
that's what I do.
Okay.
Oh, what did somebody say, though?
I was bad at home economics class when I made the pie. The crust was awful looking.
Oh, I was
love
bad
it.
at home economics, too, trying to sew or anything. But I do make really
home
great lasagna and really great pot roast.
You
So
do.
I think as long as you have signature dishes, you're
Yes.
good.
You have
We didn't
two.
have home ec. You could take foods and nutrition or like child development.
Yeah, they
or
really
something.
should. It seems like have home ec in schools. They honestly should have basic financial in schools.
Oh my gosh.
Is what they need.
Yes. The worst thing I ever made, though, you guys are going to love this, is, okay, so when you make Salisbury steak, you dredge the meat in flour. And
I'm thinking that means cover it.
yes, you cover it in flour so
Okay.
it can get like a little bit of a gravy
Roll it,
or a
maybe?
thickener on
Okay.
it. Yeah. So I wanted to make it at home for my family, and this is when I was a kid. I was like maybe 15 or 16, and we had all of our like baking stuff in big canisters or whatever. So I
Sure.
grabbed the flour out, dredged it through, and made it. And while we were eating it, I realized that it wasn't flour.
Cornstarch.
No, it was powdered sugar instead of flour.
You get sweet and
Dude,
savory.
it was so gross.
Oh my gosh.
My sweet dad, though, because I also did another thing where I made brownies with like double the oil. They were hard as sin. My sweet dad ate every bite and said it was the best thing he ever
my
ate.
gosh.
So
And I was like,
sweet.
Dad, just throw it away. Stop eating it. It's gross. He's like, I'm going to eat
My
this.
dad does that. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
For my I had just met Kevin, so my 20th birthday, my mom made Chinese food because I love Chinese
Yes,
food.
you do.
And she like hand made it
Oh,
all.
nice.
And then she got these noodles and she cooked them. And we looked at them and it was like straw, like pieces of straw. And my dad, bless his heart, has those things in his mouth, and the straw things are like, you can't even fold them in your mouth. And he's like, oh, good, these are good. And we're all like, no, Dad, these are not good.
What
This
was
is
it? Do you
awful."
know?
They were just the noodles, and for some reason they like didn't cook or didn't flash cook or something. I just never forget my dad's face with those. You couldn't even
Like
fold them in
tentacles?
your mouth. It was like
Sounds like your
Noodles.
baked spaghetti.
probably like my baked spaghetti.
When did you make baked spaghetti?
Well, we had leftover spaghetti, and somebody decided to bake the leftover spaghetti and
Oh.
call it baked spaghetti. But it was like, you know when you take ramen out of the package and it's like hard? It was like that.
So what you're saying is that baking dried it out because she didn't put enough cheese on top or extra
Well, it was
sauce? or...
leftover spaghetti.
I think I
Yeah.
just threw in a
So-
pan and threw cheese on it, which should have worked theoretically.
It turned out like a ramen. Good morning, Rhea.
Hi,
Maybe
Rhea.
not.
Yes,
Yeah.
parents do try to spare our feelings, and sometimes they should. No, that's gross. Don't eat that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's funny. You
Oh.
were going off topic. Did you lose your thought?
What were we talking about? Yeah.
Oh, we were just talking about food.
Yeah.
Well, it's so off topic that I don't even know if I should go into it, but I will.
Go ahead.
Because
Yeah.
have you guys? I'm sure maybe it's just my Facebook feed has been inundated with that Mally's.
No.
Or M-A-E-L-Y-S,
Oh, yes.
right?
Yes,
Like, oh, I
yes.
don't even need a tummy tuck
Yes.
because
Actually,
it's miraculous.
I want to hide my phone's
Stuff. Oh,
microphone
I
because
haven't
it'll
heard
come
it
up more.
yet. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it.
Yeah,
It's already
like,
listening,
It's
but-
like all the things to make your body nicer, like
you guys, I
know,
put it on
serum.
last night because I've had it at home.
Yeah.
So you put it on your belly.
is it?
It's like
okay. They have a
skin
whole bunch of
tightening.
different products
Like a
though.
cream.
They
You
have
can
like
put it on like
cellulite.
wherever you want. Like they've
it's
got
cream.
a product. Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
topical cream.
It was like I put icy hot.
Yeah, the thigh stuff
really?
is super burny. Yeah, the pink the
I
pink stuff that
sat
looks
there
like
for a
Bismol.
while just like
Yeah.
trying to go to sleep going, I think my skin is on fire. I think my skin is on fire.
That's weird.
But
Yeah.
it does work. I remember using it just for a week or whatever.
Yeah.
It really does work. I'm sure once you stop using it, it stops working.
And that's why I never know if I ever want to start using them because I don't want to be dependent. And they're not cheap products, you know?
yeah, but figure how much it is a year, though. It's probably like $200 a year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would never buy it. So
I'm owning my cellulite at this point
I
forward.
don't really care.
Let's not like that. It says that you can't, that skin after you have babies, that you really can't. It puts something in your skin to help the elasticity of it.
Like collagen?
It's not collagen, though.
I have no idea. I think I'll try it with icy hot. It might work with icy hot.
That's a great
It
idea.
felt
Oh my
like
gosh,
icy
that'd be
hot.
such a cheaper solution just to use icy hot.
It does burn. But I don't know. Does icy hot burn?
Yeah, icy hot.
My belly,
burns like
I'm
that.
going to say I did it last night. My belly does look better.
Okay,
totally
so
wanna
you
use
should
it.
go get icy hot. Do icy hot.
Half
See if
of
it
it.
feels the same
Yeah, one
way.
leg and the other one.
No,
and
it's
see.
your
don't do
belly. Do
half.
half of your belly and half of the other.
No.
Yeah.
And see if it feels the same.
The one tone side and one on.
Yeah, and then after a week, see if one side looks better.
It's a great placebo.
Donna said it
Yeah.
does burn.
Yeah.
Oh, have you
Icy
done
hot burns, yeah.
Icy
Okay,
burn.
I stepped away. What
Bill,
are we
it was
talking
probably
about?
good you stepped away. We're literally talking about cellulite cream.
It's not cellulite cream, though.
Okay.
It's like firming cream for your belly.
But we think that icy hot might be the
But
same
it burns
product.
like icy hot. Yeah, it's
I
just a
wonder.
prettier color, I think.
It could be.
I don't know.
just
The
be
one I
prettier.
had was like
Marketing?
thick pink cream, like Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, that's
and
the
like
booty
went
one.
on. Yeah.
That's the booty one.
Yeah.
I've got this tummy one.
Yeah.
And then there's one for like your neck and whatever.
Oh,
or
yeah.
one for your arms.
It's
that
supposed to be
was
like a
pretty
magic
crazy.
serum that like takes away like the crepe
I
and
don't
you
think
know,
any
and
of
stuff.
those magic serums have ever worked.
You know, I'm all about the magic pill. What can I take to drop 5 pounds? What can I?
Gosh.
I think I think it does work. I think, like you said, though, you have to keep using it. So I always go, oh, well, like a week before I go on vacation, I'll use it. Or,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, well, if it works, why wouldn't you just keep using it?
Yeah, because in the winter
probably
we
terrible
covered
for
all
your
up
health.
because we're freezing, and forget about any kind of body care from here down.
So,
It's crazy though because we are in the warehouse like all the time in the winter.
Yes.
But we also eat very poorly in the winter.
no, but in the winter, my skin and my hair dries out so much. Like
Yeah.
on the weekends, I'll put conditioner in my hair.
Our
And just do
hands.
it. And your hands are
Yellow
awful.
with tonalin. What's that?
Ooh.
Oh, does that have omegas in it? I think
Okay.
it's like I think I had some of that before because you know
You've tried everything.
I've
tried
tried
everything.
everything.
I
I
don't
really
know.
do. If it's in a Facebook ad, I
I
will
don't know,
buy it.
Patty. When we go to Key West in a few weeks, I'm going to be like, magic belly.
I got to catch up.
That's how that works.
If I immediately leave this live and go buy all these products, please don't judge me.
Well, Crystal did use it for a while, my bestie, and she really liked it too.
You know, the best thing though to
Yeah.
like make your skin just immediately look better is a good
I
tan.
was desperate. Hello, hey. Sometimes you just need to get back to a starting point. Mm-hmm. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the winter is rough. It's gray. It's yucky. It's hard
Vitamin
to be
D levels
motivated.
plummet. Yeah. I gotta make sure I take vitamin D this winter with zinc.
Yeah, I had never gotten a vitamin panel done before until this year.
Yeah.
And I had no
B12, I think, yeah.
I was really low on, so I
Yeah.
do that every morning now.
Yeah.
And
Do you
I
feel like you have more
D
energy
and
doing
K.
that?
Yeah, I feel like if I don't do it for a while, like if I'm on vacation, I do feel like
Yeah.
I don't have that boost.
Are you taking those like lipid, those ones were in the packets?
It's the liquid one.
Oh.
No, my doctor told me to do the liquid one under your tongue for 30 seconds.
Gross.
So it's a little eyedropper.
like gross.
It's not a big deal. Then you brush
Yeah.
your teeth and
Yeah.
I drink my vitamins every day.
And
my
what?
my Arbonne Fizzes.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
They've got so many vitamins in them. So
Oh,
I eat like
yeah.
a protein bar and then like
Oh,
that
smart.
has my Arbonne.
that's
Smart.
good because I feel like our food has no vitamins.
Yeah.
I
Although
agree.
coffee does. Coffee is very good.
One of our franchisees messaged me this morning, Luis, and he said, "Hey, what's up with this mushroom coffee?" And I was like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gross. It's
Yeah.
gross. I said, I think it's just a trend. You know, it's full of the adaptogens or whatever. But to me, it is not coffee.
A bunch of my friends were debating it on my Facebook page. They're like, "Hey, has anyone tried this?" And there was one person who was like, "It was all right," and then everybody else was like, "I can't get it down. I can't
get
drink
it down. No.
Really?
No.
It's like, well, yeah.
Well,
and I like mushrooms, but
It does. It's not like the mushrooms that you like, though. It's like
not
I
like
don't know.
butter.
it just seems like
sauteed mushrooms.
Yeah, you like buttery mushrooms.
No, I like mushrooms. Like I'll eat a plain mushroom. I like mushrooms, but
You would not like this.
I don't know that. I feel like it wouldn't be super healthy.
like herb.
Okay, let's get some mushroom
they get
coffee to try on
fungusy.
a live.
Oh,
We could do
gosh.
that.
Yeah,
We should.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
And
But
we'll have
how
to-
would you feel about taking your vitamins with coffee?
Oh yeah, because we've talked about that before. Yeah.
I actually, Brad called me yesterday.
Oh,
so it's
seriously?
at top of my mind right now.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be really interesting to have vitamin coffee.
Yeah, because a lot of times you forget about taking them, right? Like you can buy a supplement, but how often do you do it? But I'll tell you one thing we don't forget is making our coffee in the morning. And if I don't have my coffee in the morning, everybody knows it.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. You have to eat, though. You have to eat something when you do it.
I'll take a brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart.
You won't
That's cool.
absorb any of them.
That's true. But I think I've got enough creamer and
You'll
sugar.
absorb, like
in
there's
mine.
certain vitamins you can absorb without eating.
Yeah.
But like vitamin C you have to eat with.
I think
right?
vitamin D and K you have to have.
You have to eat
a
with.
But I
fat-
think
it's
if
fat
you don't
soluble.
have D, then K doesn't, or if you don't have K, D doesn't absorb. I mean, it was, can we just have like I wish maybe I should teach that in school. What vitamins do.
Yeah.
Well, and I know they did in foods and nutrition. That was a class that I did take.
And I think that they should do that at your wellness visits because they're as important as your other levels, whether you're getting the correct
Well,
vitamins.
I like when you go and they're like, "You need to lose weight," and you're like, "Okay," and then that's
Tell me more.
Like,
So you know what I've actually
that's
been
not helpful.
on my Facebook ads lately, which I'm totally going to check out, is that, and I've been saying this for years that they need to do this. Dietitians and nutritionists are starting to be covered by most insurances.
really.
Yes, and they said that like 96% of insurances cover that. So I want to look into that because
Oh, yeah.
sometimes I'm just
sure.
like, I know I'm eating
all
something
your
I'm not supposed to. Or you know how sometimes you're like, I'm eating yogurt and it's healthy. And then it's like, no, actually yogurt's not good for you and you shouldn't eat it because
Well, I think
maybe
it
dairy's
depends
not
on
good.
you too. I think
Absolutely.
everybody's different. You have to
Absolutely.
figure out how you respond to food.
My
Yeah.
stomach hates yogurt.
Yeah, oh, your stomach
Because
hates
calories
any
and
dairy.
and that's what they're like. It's so simplistic. We'll just eat less. Well, I know when I did Weight Watchers years ago, I had great success one time. The next time, I'm like, I didn't even eat all my calories.
Yeah.
I worked out more.
Yeah.
And I wasn't losing weight.
like,
And she said, now you're eating too few calories.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I just canceled my Weight Watchers actually because I'm just like, man, when I eat 22 of my 23 points in one meal, it's not working.
Yeah.
yeah, it's too much work.
But you know,
But
I
if
think,
somebody gave me a meal plan, I'd probably follow.
well, and that would be easier because like right now, inherently, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll eat salad and chicken, but I don't want to eat salad and chicken every day. And I know you guys have been liking your meals that you eat, you
And
know,
I'm just saying that how many times is the lettuce recalled?
right?
It's concerning.
and
yeah.
chocolate is never recalled.
Chocolate is never recalled.
Why isn't the
I'm just
food that's so
saying.
bad for us like good for us? Do you know what I mean?
But then that's like too. I don't know if everyone feels, but so you can't just like not eat stuff. I mean, honestly, I'll be 30 pounds heavier and have a good life
Yeah.
too. I mean, that's how I do feel
Yeah.
about it.
Butter, bacon, and brown sugar, my 3 favorite bees.
Now, more than that, I got a little work to do, but I don't. It's just
Chocolate
hard.
understands.
Chocolate
You're right,
does
Melissa.
understand. And
Chocolate
Melissa,
does
thank you for always
understand.
having chocolate at the front for us.
I know. Your candy basket is my nemesis.
But also my
walking out
best
the
friend.
door.
Yeah.
I usually grab a candy bar on the way home every day. They're this fun sized.
They're just
Yeah.
little. It's a little treat.
Do I have it gone before I left the parking lot? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, and then add hormones into the mix.
Oh, Lord help
and you're
us.
it's just interesting.
I know, right? It's not fair.
But so that's why I think a nutritionist would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's too complicated.
Yeah.
People want to try to make it simple, and I think it's very complicated.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
also don't want to
I
go
wanna
into like
eat
the
what I want,
macros.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not worry about it.
Yeah. That would be
And
nice.
I will say my husband is he's always like, eat the ice cream, like
He's
enjoy
very supportive
life.
like
so
that. Yes.
Yeah, until it becomes a health issue.
Until your doctor,
I'm in great health. So.
until your doctor scolds you for your lipid panel, you know. Sir, your cholesterol is too high.
Yeah, all my stuff came back perfect.
Well,
so.
then you keep eating what
Well,
you're
my
eating.
doctor's like, you're not on medication. You're doing great.
You are the only one of us that has a butter subscription. So
I did love my butter subscription.
I
That
think
was
it's
pretty fun.
over now.
It is. But I'm getting a different subscription, which is so interesting. It's
is
the
it?
story. I get a letter every 2 weeks.
yeah.
And it's like this mystery kind of
Are
story.
they cool?
They're pretty cool. The only thing is, like, there was, in the second letter, there was a key code. And it's not like normal. It's like
Okay.
all these weird symbols, and you have to sit there and figure it out. So I made Sedona do one of them. And then I figured out now if you go do all the vowels first, you can kind of figure it out easier.
Okay.
But it is really cool.
it sounds like some Da Vinci Code stuff.
They're called the flower letters.
Okay.
And we got them for you for your birthday or Mother's Day or something because
Yeah.
it just, you can buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's
hard
really
to
cool.
shop
I
for
love
you.
it. It's really, I've got one sitting that I haven't read yet. But it's almost in 2 weeks because I think I read so much.
You do.
I have to, it's like, okay, what happened?
We all
Who are
read so
those
much
people?
that we erase whatever we previously read. So, like, I could look at a book and be like, yeah, I know I love that book. I just don't remember one thing about it.
Yeah, can't even tell you a character.
Hey, Bill, give
anything.
us another book suggestion, or anyone, for our
Oh,
book
yeah.
club.
I just asked you yesterday, so I just started reading the Twilight series.
I'm
which
so happy you're reading that.
I've never read them before
Yes.
because I didn't read them.
You hated the
went
movie.
and
Like
saw-
the movies.
Yeah.
We went and saw the first movie and died laughing.
We died
It was-
laughing. It was so ridiculous.
I'm sorry, but it is epically terrible acting. It
Yeah.
really just is.
So I never read them.
But I read
because-
the books.
Yes.
because the movie was so
Did you
terrible.
like the books? Yeah.
I like the books.
Yeah.
Stephen King's new book. Ooh.
Oh. Okay, so
Holly.
I tried to read a Dean Koontz book one time when I was like 14, and it traumatized me to this day.
Cujo is traumatizing.
Yes, will
From
not.
Stephen King?
So I won't read Stephen King now. I won't read Dean Koontz.
It's too much.
No, it's too much for me. It was
haven't
like
read 'em.
it was like horror of like a disturbing level where I'm just,
Okay.
and mind you, I was way too young to be reading
Right.
these
Yeah.
books. I remember reading it. I was like 2:00 in the morning and throwing the paperback across the room, going like "Rebuke you, Satan" or something like this. Like I did not like that, and then couldn't sleep for the rest of the night. So.
Yeah. I know the
Those are not for me.
Lovely Bones you told me. I picked it up one time.
Oh,
You're like,
that's
do
disturbing.
not read that.
Yeah.
And that's the one.
And
book.
I think
Bones
it's the
and
disturbing
Lucky.
ones I
It's
remember.
Lucky.
Lucky
Lucky
Bones.
Lucky was horrible.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's some books you can't go back from. Like they're just too much. It's
Yeah.
too much. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to experience that in real life, and I just experienced it in a book, and I don't want to.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that movie you guys went to
I
go
think
see. Yeah.
the women, the kids in the cupboard or something is another one like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but it was just
The Flowers in the
heart
Attic.
wrenching. Well,
Isn't
that
that
was
the
just
one?
weird.
Yeah.
That was V.C. Andrews from.
Yeah, no.
I think I read that when I was a teenager. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it was so scandalous.
Yeah. And they did a movie on it. I'm like, why would anybody want to make this into a
So
movie?
weird.
And I've never read it. I just know the premise of it. And I'm just like, I don't want to read that.
A year of my life, though, is right now being given to J.D.
my
Robb, which is Nora
I'm on, like, the
Roberts writing
27th
as J.D.
book.
Robb. I'm on the 27th, I
or
think.
maybe.
Yeah, but you know what?
26.
You
I'm
know
only
how-
halfway through. There's like 54, and I'm doing Audible,
Yeah.
and each one is like 14 hours long. And I'm gonna be honest, they could be like 4 hours. Like
Yeah, they
maybe
could be.
maybe I should do the abridged versions because they do have abridged versions
didn't
of
know
some
that.
of them. But I do like the character development of
Yeah.
it. That's mainly what I want to see is
Yeah.
how that all.
But you know how you read a series and you like never want it to end? So I kind of love that about that, but also like I don't want to read a 14-hour book like every week.
So I'm on the 25th book.
Oh wow,
Okay.
that's amazing.
I think I'm on Strangers in Death. I think
That's 26.
Okay,
Salvation
neck
is
and neck.
27.
or
Neck
Salvation.
and
I'm
neck.
on Salvation.
I had to
and
pause
Death.
because I'm out of Audible credits. Which is
They're
very
so
sad.
expensive.
But it started in like the 1980s. I think she started writing this series, and
Yeah.
it takes
She's
place in
still
like
writing them.
2060.
How old is she?
I
I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
65,
No,
maybe?
she's got to be older than that.
Well, probably because. How about the Slaughters books?
Karen
I've
Slaughter?
never heard of those.
I don't know.
Oh,
That kind
Karen
of
Slaughter.
sounds familiar.
Okay, the first one was published in 1995.
Oh, okay.
And she's still writing them today.
but there's what, 54 of them?
Karen Slaughter.
I don't know. Let me look.
So I'm halfway through. I'm giving
She's
a year of my
72.
life for it.
Karen Slaughter is an
Oh.
American
There
crime writer.
is
A really long time, right?
58.
The interesting thing is like 2023, so she started writing in the 90s, and it references like the 2020s a lot, which we're in, and there was big urban wars,
And then
and
it's set in like 2050. So like her version of technology cracks
Yes.
me up. Like where she thought technology would be in the 90s.
Yes.
Where she thought it would be in the 50s, not 2050s.
Oh, wow.
Is really funny to
Like,
me.
what did she think? Like floating cars and stuff?
Well, it's like they've all got these like
they have cars that go up.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
they have wrist units, and then they have cars that can fly, but they still
Yeah.
use discs for everything, which is really funny.
That's like Back to the Future when, it was like, I think 2020 or something like that. And they had like hoverboards and
they
floating cars.
The palm units.
Yeah.
Which is really just
and
like
it was
a cell phone.
None of this actually happened.
It cracks me up.
And the fashion and stuff, and
Yeah, it sounds good.
serious.
I just looked her up.
and then there's some kind of like social undertones in it too. Like there's no more guns.
Oh, wow.
Like guns were outlawed after the
Interesting,
urban
yeah.
wars.
These Karen Slaughter ones look a little freaky.
They look freaky and familiar, though. Like pieces of her. Like that totally sounds like a serial
Oh.
killer, right?
Oh, what about that one we read?
Which one?
The one with
yeah, the JD
wife.
Robb ones are good.
Oh, was it Verity?
Yeah, Verity.
Yeah,
no,
Colleen
not, no,
Hoover?
not that one. The
Pretty
other
Girls.
one where they built the
Oh, that was called.
You just whispered into
I
your
know.
microphone. I mean, good whispering.
Was that called The Affair or
Oh,
something?
The Affair, yes.
Those ones were really
If
But
you
there
haven't
was,
read
like-
that, that's a short read, and that was very
That was very
good.
Three of them.
twisted, but it's not by, like, when you look up that, it's not by the normal author, it's by somebody else. I'm trying to remember who it was. I only read the first one, but that was a good read, and it was a quick read too.
I like a little surprises.
Yeah.
Surprises there.
I just read The Dead Romantics, and that was really different. She's like kind of dating a ghost, so it's
Weird.
yeah, totally weird. And she can see ghosts, and like her dad could see ghosts, so.
Yeah, I think I need
different.
to go back and read the Eve Duncan series too, which I really liked.
Those aren't the Stephanie Plum, right? That's something
No,
different.
that's I've got those two. The one
Yeah.
for the money, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I read them like religiously and
Yeah.
then stopped 20 years ago.
Are you doing
15
the
years ago.
Goodreads? How many reading
No.
challenge? How many books you read this year? Are you doing it, Britain?
Oh yeah.
Where do you know where you're at?
87.
All right. See, we read a lot.
100's my goal, but I'm at 87, so I would probably
I think I was over
far
100.
surpass
Yeah.
that.
Kindle.
Yeah, Laurie reads like super fast.
I'm
Like,
reading
super
this
fast.
one story. It's a motorcycle club stories, but then it's the police stories, and then the other motorcycle. It's like all these interconnected.
Is it an
stories.
MC?
It is. It's an MC. I know so much about motorcycle clubs now. And it's got to be at least 30 books. And I think I have like 6 books left.
Are those all the ones that you told me to read? I don't remember.
I'm trying to find the affair one to see who it's written by.
But I did
Amendment
just
of
download a book. This
Kirsten
woman
Modglin.
Yeah, that
asked,
was good.
I should have you read it too. So this woman asked, she said between book 2 and 3 of her books, nobody reads the 3rd book.
Oh,
And she's
yeah.
like, why? I just want to know why. What is turning people
Was it
off
the
from
thing
reading
that we
the
went
3rd
to?
book? No, it
No.
was just on one of my groups I'm in.
I'm
so
gonna
I
say-
downloaded the book for it.
There's
Okay.
the books we're reading right now, The Mad Love, Mad as
yeah.
Hell, and then the 3rd one. I
Mad World.
have not really started the 3rd one because I'm so overwhelmed still by the 2nd one that I can't even start the 3rd one.
I'm on that 3rd one now, and they could have ended the book at 75%. And can I just go ahead and note really quick though too that we have a book club. When we go to book club, we don't talk about the book. We're talking more about books now than we do during
ever
book
do.
club.
I didn't know what the book club book is. It's next week.
But sometimes on Mondays we're usually out in the roasting facility, and we'll be at the web desk together for a few hours, and we'll just talk about whatever books we're reading. So I guess we do that too.
Yeah.
But we're our own book club.
Yeah.
And now you guys are part of it too. We do have it on Amazon, right? We're called Literary Ladies or something like that. Bill, you can be a part of it though.
Yeah, you can find our Amazon book club.
You can see what we're reading currently.
It's so hard to find the book clubs on Amazon. I just searched
it
Google
is.
I
how to
didn't know
even
they had
get the
them.
book club.
Yeah.
It was
but
hard to find. And
I
then
can't find it
there's
until
that
somebody
one
asks me
guy
in
who
it.
keeps recommending like horrible books.
Like filthy books. I'm like, dude, I like smut, but you're something else.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Yeah, it's like,
Clearly
who
a dude.
are you?
Yeah, clearly
I
a
keep
dude.
having that guy at the book club that we went to, like it's him in my mind.
Oh, it wasn't
at
a
the
book
book
club. It was
fair.
at the, we went to a book convention
Yes. we
for
went to a book
authors.
convention.
Yes. We did go to one. It was called,
It was very interesting in Ann Arbor.
Yeah. It was something.
Dreaming
else.
Dirty in Michigan.
I mean, we did buy tickets for next year, didn't we?
We haven't
did,
bought
didn't
them
we?
yet,
Oh,
but
we
we need
haven't
to.
bought
Oh, yeah, we need to.
Because I need to know who the authors are. Because I'm like, I sped read some of the authors so I could talk to them.
Do you know what was so sweet though? Because a lot of these authors are like indie authors, and we're going around, and Laurie's like, "I read your book yesterday," and the one lady was like, "I wondered who was reading my book so fast." I didn't know that the authors could see
didn't
like
know
how
that
many
either.
people
They can
downloaded their
see you.
books
Well,
on
because you
Kindle.
only get paid for people who like finish them.
Yeah, and they get paid for every page. So that's why when you're on Kindle, you have to go like try to go all the way to the end through everything because they get paid per page, right? But these authors, these indie authors who, you know, maybe publish 100 books and self-publish, and Laurie's like, I loved your book and I love this part about it, and these people
I
are
love
like
the one. There was one
thrilled.
part of the book of this lady's book that it got me teary-eyed. It was very sweet. It was a very sweet thing that the main character did, and she was
Okay,
very
what they
touched.
did though was we had moved on from her booth. We were like 5 tables down, and she came over and asked Laurie to come back and take pictures with her for her social feed. And I'm like, that is so sweet.
It was
It was
a good
fun.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, it
It
was
was
a fun
fun.
day.
Yeah, it was a super fun day.
And Britt Andrews was there, who is a pretty well-known author
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So
I haven't read any of her books yet. I need to.
I've read just a few of that one series that she's really known for.
Yeah. But you know what my pet peeve is any series that's not complete.
Yeah.
If you don't have a complete, you better write not a complete series, because if I download it and I read book 1 and you don't have book 2, 3, or 4 out, I'm mad at you.
I know, you guys. There's one that I really liked. It was something about the Zodiac, and like it was 6 books in. They were pretty short books.
Wasn't it
And
Zodiac
she, like-
Academy, was it?
No, she had like a meltdown, and she
Oh,
can't
no.
finish the books.
Is that what's going on with George R.R. Martin? Finish the book.
And I'm like, can I write the books? Give me the synopsis. Chat can write the books, right?
And so I wonder how many authors will start using Chat GPT to write books.
It's a real thing right,
right?
now.
And
it's
like
a real
college
thing.
kids writing essays, because I'll tell you what, if it was around when I was a college student, my essays may have been a lot more polished.
That's what I just had. Sedona's doing online schooling, and they just had a meeting yesterday, and that's what he's a big thing about plagiarism.
Oh, yeah.
But then I'm like, in the real world, how do you write an article? You go look at other people's articles. I copy and paste everything and then rewrite everything myself.
Right.
But how else do you get information but from other sources?
Absolutely.
So
I like to use it for
Chat just
prompts.
does that for you.
Yeah. I like to use it for, no, not ChatGPT.
I mean, we use
Yeah.
it. We use it for product like flavor. We were like, what is a Jolly Rancher whatever flavor? Like sometimes it's so hard to come up with
Yeah.
a sentence.
Yeah. And like I write, but like sometimes I just want to prompt. And I'm like, oh, I didn't think about it like
What
that.
is like somebody just giving you an idea?
Yeah,
like
for
a lot of
sure.
times,
Yeah.
your writing has improved so much.
Thank you.
But at first, you'd
Yeah.
send something to me, and I'd kind of rewrite it, and then
Yeah.
explain to you why I rewrote
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
You're too
Yeah.
blunt. Start with a happy, you know.
or you can't end in this, or just if you flip the sentence
Yeah.
around for the next time, it
Yeah,
makes it more
absolutely.
interesting. But you listened, which was
Our-
great.
Yeah.
Customer service sometimes too. Like sometimes,
Yes.
especially when you're dealing with a difficult customer, I'll put what I want to say in there, and then it will soften it a
Yeah.
little bit because
Yeah.
sometimes you're just too deep in it
Yeah.
to back up.
When somebody comes in hot, you want to make sure that your tone is kind and
Yes.
not condescending back, because
Yeah.
then sometimes like, what do you mean? You know, like, no,
Yeah.
I didn't
When
mean
it's
that.
so hard when you're not talking to someone that they can't hear tone, you
Right.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and then they hear the tone they want to hear. But I didn't know in chat, like I went through our seminar thing on chat, which was fascinating.
on my list to
that
watch.
you can put in like I'm a executive at a coffee company. Whatever you want, and chat will go back to that every time and write it from that perspective.
I need to learn how to do that. I got to watch that thing you sent me. That
It
seems
was
cool.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to do it every time. And he gave some good rules like if you don't understand the assignment, keep asking questions until you do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So now there's two new things though, because I'm a Google local guide. In other words, I will review you. They have sent me. I'm testing Bard by Google. So that is a new kind of one that they're doing. And then now I just got this yesterday.
There's like 6. Go through that one. There's like 6 or 8 of them.
I will check that out.
Almost every platform has them.
Well, yeah, and so there's another one though where like on your Google Chrome, when you search something, the AI comes up for it too. So it kind of writes a description when you Google something. And I'm like, oh, that's really weird. It's kind of annoying right now because I haven't quite figured it out, but I don't know. AI is taking over, guys. The robots are here.
Yeah.
Well, and really, it just takes a lot of the work that you used to do. You'd have to go gather up the information yourself, and not gathers it for
Writing
you.
blogs takes a fraction of the time that it used to take, you know, and then that helps us put more content out in the world that brings more people to our website, which is great.
But I thought something very interesting was because it's just reading content as a computer, that it's not taking any social or what do I want to say? What's the word for it? Like, not politically correctness, but do you know what I mean? Like
It's blunt?
it might say things negatively that you don't want to say because it doesn't have a filter. It doesn't have a filter for.
Yeah, it definitely needs a human touch.
Yeah, absolutely.
after.
Yeah.
So, like, I think the example is something about Nazis, like Nazis being really organized, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something, and it didn't have the connotations
Hey,
of that
Charles.
they're really awful people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We don't want to say one positive thing about the Nazis.
No, absolutely not. But so
But because it's a
stereotypical
computer, it doesn't
Yeah.
know.
and
Yeah.
things it doesn't know.
So
that.
basically it's super black and white, right?
well, it
Yeah.
takes it as fact. There's no sifting through
Did you
it.
see
Yeah.
the person who, a lawyer who used ChatGPT to do their case, and all of the case files that it cited didn't like even exist or something?
Oh no, he
It
didn't
can make
fact
up
check.
stuff.
Yeah, it just
If
made
it's
it up.
there, it will take it as fact. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
It won't
doesn't
fact
know.
check.
That's not great.
I put on my page, on my Facebook page, because I was just interested. I asked
Oh,
on
yeah.
chat what a perfect woman was.
Yeah, I loved when you
and
did
it,
that.
And it wrote this thing.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
But it was almost like the Barbie movie thing. Like, you've got to be this and be this and this and this.
Yes.
Like opposites.
Yeah. But at the end it doesn't really exist.
But it was really kind of a good conclusion. It was like, there is no perfect. Everybody's unique and everybody's perfect.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. You gotta love
And
someone.
I heard that if you, like, it will write it different every time.
Yeah.
It won't, like, just give you and me, all of us, the same
Yeah,
answers.
you can regenerate it every time. Yeah.
I'm sure we've talked a million.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Million.
I mean, at least it gets you started. Sometimes when you're just stuck.
That's how I think it's
Mm-hmm.
a dialogue starter. But obviously, it's not going to replace people because people still have to sift through it.
Yeah.
And especially if it's case files that aren't even real.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Can you imagine as a lawyer referencing case files that don't exist?
But what if they say like 85% of statistics are made up on the spot, which is probably made up on the spot. But if takes
you just
all
make that up
those-
on the spot?
Yes, those made up statistics and puts them as fact.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
crazy.
it doesn't know.
Yeah, how would you know, right?
So
Okay, before
Okay.
we sign off though,
Yeah.
we just introduced our theme for September, which is
Oh, yeah.
back to the 80s, which is,
oh, I love it.
you
You,
know,
guys, I just saw a picture of me from high school. I'll have to put it. Oh, I thought it was so cool too.
I would say we should bring a picture
like,
of all
on
of
the
us from
ground
the
with
80s, but you weren't
pearls.
born.
I wasn't
Yeah.
born in the 80s.
With pearls and I just.
All right, so we'll just live vicariously through your pictures of the 80s. We will need your wedding
gosh.
photos. Where were you married?
I
in
just went
80 or
through
89 or 90?
89.
Okay, we will need your wedding photos. We will need all of your high school photos.
Oh my gosh, I was so tiny.
Yeah.
I was barely.
We need all the photos. We need to see them for ourselves. Bless
my
you.
God. Very
Goodness,
fun.
My
Yes.
children gave me their cold, and it is so nice.
And I don't want it. So we're going
I
to leave.
know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And we are going to, in the future, be talking about, we're going to be going on an origin trip.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to
So,
get.
and so
a
we want to
presentation
talk
ready.
a little bit about that and
Yeah.
then how they harvest coffee. So we'll
Yeah.
look forward to that.
All right. Bye, guys.